Hi, Sagittarius.
Okay, so we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is successful and charismatic, someone who really knows how to use his own power for a great benefit and advantage. This is a leader who is fair, who is generally speaking good to others. He likes energy, he likes excitement, he likes passions, and wants to be enthusiastic about the projects that he's involved in. So in terms of leadership, this could be a focus for you to think about what are your passions, what are the projects that you want to get involved in, that you want to be a leader for, that you want to maybe take control of. And this is accessing your personal power. This could also be a sense of developing professional development for yourself, like your own creative growth, your own spiritual growth as well. So this King of Wands is high energy. And I always think of the wands as that there are meetings to be had, there are things to do, places to visit, that you have a lot, that you're multitasking. And so the pace could be busy for you this week. And the king would have you, would be seeking out adventures that are interesting. So for you, seek out the things that are interesting or that pique your interest. You know, that you find that you're excited about. Be excited about the things that you do. I think the King of Wands would say, you know, why do something you don't want to do? Be excited. So then we have the Judgment card, Major Arcana. So the Judgment card is about really listening to the call. Here's the angel blowing the horn as if to say, hear me out. I'm calling to you. Here's your chance. Rise out from these coffins. You are cleansed. You are clean and you have a clean slate. You're ready for this second chance. You're ready to be reborn. You're ready to take stock of your life and to have judgment of your life and to think about, you know, where am I now? What is it that I want to do that's going to bring me to my higher purpose, my higher self, my calling? It's never too late to change your calling in life. You know, you don't have to be trapped. You don't have to be unhappy with what you do. At any point when you get that call, you're going to know that you're going to have to make some changes. And that it's never too late to change. And that you don't have to bring the baggage from before. That you do have the chance for a clean slate in order to have this opportunity to be reborn. So, interesting ideas here of action and accessing your personal power, but in the context of second chances, looking at new things that excite you. Let's see what we have for guidance. Ooh, we got the Ace of Cups. Loving Ace of Cups. Lots of love here. Lots of emotional opportunity. If you are single and seeking, keep your eyes open. You may meet someone who could be a love deal for you, a love relationship. And a lot of emotions here, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But really this is about the expression of love. This is about having the emotional connection, the depth of relationships. It brings happiness, it brings joy, it brings delight, and generally a wonderful spirit, because when you feel love and when you feel the depth of emotions for someone else, that caring, it's a wonderful feeling. So this may be a week where you're expressing your emotions to someone. Maybe you're telling someone how you feel about them and how happy they make you. And, you know, here's the Knight of Cups, again, an offer, a love offer. He's romantic, he's dreamy, he's sensitive. Again, he's offering the cup, making an offering to you. So you have to think about the people within your life and your environment And if you're out and about and meeting people, you might meet a few Knight of Cups. They're going to be sweet and sensitive and kind. The thing to think about is sometimes maybe the follow-through could be a little bit better, but still the heart is in the right place. If you are in a relationship, then I would say that this is an opportunity, again, to be loving, to be kind, to be expressive. You know, don't hold back. This is let your emotions flow. So let's take a look at possible outcomes. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, Major Arcana. This is a card of tradition and conventions of society. The institutions like marriage, government, education, universities, professions, accountants, doctors, lawyers, the legal system. It's all of the things that we do as part of a society. And so the Hierophant could be a religious figure, it could be a professor, it could be someone who is wise within your environment, within your job or your family, who could provide counsel. Because he's going to be, we're looking at the collective here, and he may be providing you with information on, whether this Ace of Cups results in something serious like an engagement or a marriage. You may be checking with clergy. It could be just something where you are working along a path that is conventional or traditional. For some of you, there may be a sense of feeling that you have to fit in to these norms. And sometimes that's tricky to do, is to feel that you're a part of this, everybody moving in the same direction. Because this represents the collective thinking. It's really not less focused on individual thinking. So this is the tradition and the symbolism involved in the institutions of society and how we deal with them. But the big institution, marriage and commitment, legal commitment. And then we have more cups. We have the Six of Cups, and this is a card of gentleness, of kindness, and consideration. The children exchanging here the flower or the cups, giving the younger child the cup with the flower in it. This is also a card of nostalgia. So this week, maybe you get a phone call from an old friend, or you reconnect from something from your past, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. Perhaps this connection with someone from the past results in this emotional opportunity, a relationship opportunity. Timing is everything, and maybe there was someone in your past and it just wasn't the right time, and maybe now's the right time. But at the heart of this, it's kindness and consideration and gentleness. And a trip down memory lane. The only caution I would say is don't live down memory lane. Don't get stuck there, because that's not going to help your growth. You have to be in the present. You have to live in the present and keep moving forward. It doesn't mean that we can't revisit and find comfort from this. So very interesting with Judgment and the Hierophant. Judgment, the taking stock of your life, and perhaps this is the movement toward making relationships more central for you, looking for a blessed union. Let's see what the oracle cards have to tell us. So this is like a meditation point or focus area for the week. Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. He's a soul. He's walking on his own. And in life, sometimes in order to ascend the mountain, we have to be in charge of it ourselves. We can certainly get counsel from trusted people, within our community and what our belief structure is. But keep going forward is your own initiative. You have to be in charge of that. So let's check in with your emotional self or your spiritual self. Inspire passion. Life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. So again, higher purpose, a life calling has to have your passions, and the King of Wands would be the first one to tell you that, is don't let life pass you by. Do the things that bring you joy, that make you excited, and that you want to wake up in the morning to do. Finally, let's get a little more information for love. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So, again, it's having faith in your abilities, having faith in yourself, that you're able to do the right things, and that your outlook is just right. You are stronger than you realize, and then sometimes we sell ourselves short, and so I think it's a wonderful message to not do that. Have faith in yourself, in your abilities, and what you have to offer. When you love yourself, then the love finds you. It really does. So there's a lot of love, I think, here for you, Sagittarius. In the initial stages, perhaps, the getting out, the meeting people, but access your personal power, make it happen, and put yourself in positions to meet lots of great people. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles as your awareness. And this is a card of someone who's a hard worker, someone who's very focused on the task at hand of getting it done, doing it in a really solid and super way. So this is a week perhaps where you're focused on work, where you are focused on leading a team or a group. You may be working hard on a hobby or a side project. You may be working hard on a relationship. This is focused, slow-moving, conservative planning and implementing, strategies and steps that are going to help boost your foundation, your money, your resources, your time. He's holding that pentacle and he's looking downfield. He may be assessing what his lands look like. But really at the heart of this Knight of Pentacles, it's someone who is very focused on the details and doing a super job. And if the team isn't helping, the Knight of Pentacles is saying, well, I'll just take care of it. I'll make sure it gets done. So with this awareness of hard work and focus and being very task and goal-oriented, here's the Page of Wands, which is saying we need some excitement here too. And the pages are youthful energy. So whether this is someone that it's in your family, at your work, that you're involved with, there's this youthful energy, which is, we need to have some fun, we need to have some adventure. And what are we going to do that's really great? And he could be saying, gosh, this is drudgery. You're working so hard. Let's have some fun. Don't forget to have some fun. And here's the Knight of Pentacles grinding it out, making things, doing all the work behind the scenes to get it done. And the Page of Wands is like, I'll help too, but I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I really want to have a sense of developing excitement and having new experiences. So whether it's through travel or through activities or through networking or social component, there's a sense of don't forget to live, to have some fun, to take advantage of your energy. Interesting. Okay, so we have, in terms of guidance, the Four of Swords. And with the Four of Swords, this is a message to you to take some time for yourself to rest and to recover. You may be in a challenging situation. You may be working so hard that if you don't watch yourself, it could become an issue. So this is about taking a moment to reflect, to be still, to allow yourself to catch up physically, mentally, and you may need a timeout for yourself. You may need to pull back and require some solitude. Doesn't mean that when we go back to situations that they disappear, but we go back refreshed. We may have a new approach, and this is a really very clear message of recovery, and rest is going to help you. Working could be detrimental, and here's, have some fun and live too, and ultimately incorporate some rest for yourself this week. So then we have the Emperor, and the Emperor brings to our guidance here a sense of it's really a sense of confidence and making good decisions. He's a leader. He's a wise leader. He has experience. He, more often than not, makes good decisions, and these decisions are for the benefit of everybody in the land. And so the decisions that you make may be impacting your family or your relationship or your coworkers or your if you're the CEO, your business. And this is to be mindful of that we're dealing with structure and organization with the Emperor. He would like it if everybody played by the rules and followed along and showed a sense of deference or obedience. So you could be dealing with someone like this week, or these could be qualities that you need to show, which is leadership and confidence and taking charge and using your experience to make decisions. The shadow side of this would be mindful that making decisions and being inflexible or being rigid and not listening to other ideas is, may not be so thrilling to others. And so just to be mindful of that, to lead with a generous heart and with an open heart. Okay, now we're going to pull for possible outcomes. Ooh, okay. Possible outcomes. Conflict, battling, and you may find yourself in a position where you're having it out with someone. It could be a heated argument. It could be some petty thing, but it's going to be where someone feels that they're going to want to win. And so whether that's you and you're standing here in the green smirking at the people walking away, which is not a really cool or nice thing to do. You could be this fellow who seems to be saying, to hell with it. You can have my sword. This isn't worth it to me. I'm going to walk away from this argument. Or you could be this person here who has his head in his hands and maybe he feels humiliated or shamed. And sometimes people take shots and they embarrass you in front of others. They can be bullies in the workplace or can be bullies in relationships. And again, this is a card of perspective. But this sword, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, obstacles and challenges, and then here this could very much lead this possible outcome of stress to you and anxiety. This is worry, and this is concern. This is concern that keeps you up at night. It's very upsetting. So whether someone is being a jerk to you, I'm not saying it's the Emperor, but maybe there's someone who is being really difficult and making your life miserable. That's a tough situation to be in. The Nine of Swords is really quite a tough card because nobody wants to have that pit in their stomach where they can't sleep, and it's that feeling of woe. And it could be as a result of this power struggle of this person who could be not a very nice person, within a group dynamic. So let me just move these for now. So interesting cards here with the Emperor, very strong personality, a leader, someone who wants things to go a certain way. This idea of work and a lot of work, that rest will be needed, that some fun is needed, and then you possible outcomes of perhaps some type of struggle, some type of argument or conflict. You have to decide who you are and how you're feeling and how this represents your situation, and then worry and feeling upset. Okay, let's choose an oracle card here and we'll see what we have for meditation or focus area for the week. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. So, that's a nice affirmation to think about, focusing on your highest good. Whatever situation, that all the BS and the nonsense and the struggles and the power plays, that if you can focus on what you can do to reach your highest good, and if you cannot let your fear hold you back, easier said than done, but it's a start. And so now let's choose an oracle card for spirit or emotional self. Relationships. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. It is. You learn a lot through challenges. You learn a lot through good relationships and bad relationships. And yes, soul growth, even through when your heart is heavy, when you are stressed out and feeling insomnia and worry or concern. And finally, let's choose an oracle card for love. We'll see what the message is. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Unrequited love. Sometimes it's hard to let go of an ideal or a dream or someone that you think that in your heart is right for you, but they don't feel the same way. It's one of the saddest things, I think, in the world, really. It's so hard to watch, and often your friends see, the truth of a matter or the truth of a situation, but we find a way to keep this unrequited love going. And this unrequited love can certainly be a contributing factor to feeling this stress or this worry or disappointment. So today is your new moon, and I hope that you set your intention. I hope that you have a great week. If you found something helpful within this reading, please subscribe if you haven't already. like, share, or comment. And have a nice week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.